If you're not doing glute medius kickbacks, then you are missing out on some serious booty gains. I literally had the hardest time growing the upper and side part of my glutes until I started doing these at the end of literally every single leg day. When you first come up to the cable machine, it's just gonna be set however the last person set it up. These little holes on the side basically allow you to put it higher or lower depending on what exercise you're gonna do. For glute medius kickbacks, we want this to be all the way down here. So you'll see right here, there's a little lever. What I'm gonna do is grab it and pull it out. I'm gonna listen to it click. And I usually like to put it on the second hole from the bottom. So I'm just gonna go here and wait for it to click, and I'm going to release the lever when I'm close to the hole. There we go. So now I'm gonna look and see what attachment is on here, and here is a handle, but this is not the attachment that I wanna use. And to get whatever attachment is on here off, you're just going to push that in and then slide this off. What you're gonna wanna use are ankle straps, and some gyms do have these, but some don't. It's always kind of a gamble, so I would always recommend just buying some. They're cheap on Amazon. You could just throw them in your gym bag, so you'll always have them. I'm just going to put these on my ankles, and I usually move this part to the front. Before you do anything else, I want you to come over to the weight stack. And here, there's usually something that you could just pull out or a switch that you can switch on whichever weight you want to use. So I'm just going to pull this out. For glute medius kickbacks, I usually use a lighter weight. So don't be ashamed if you need to start light. You typically can't go that heavy for these. So I'm going to put this here. Once I've adjusted the weight, I can attach myself. So now to actually do the exercise, step out a little bit, okay? And this is essential. You're going to put your foot out at 45 degrees. Just so you can get a good view, this is the angle that I'm talking about. So I want you to kick back from here. I'm putting my foot out like this because this is gonna target that glute medius area. So I like to hold onto the cable machine. I like to put a hand here so that I can really feel this muscle working. And I'm just going to kick this leg. Notice how I'm moving my leg back super slow and controlled, and I'm not swinging my leg. I'm not using momentum. I am really focusing on squeezing right here and using this muscle to bring this leg back. Also, don't fret. When you do these, you may feel it working in the other leg too, which is normal. That's just because you're also using this leg to stabilize. But it will be mostly working this leg. It is time for us to grow our shelf.
If you're serious about growing your upper glutes and having that bubble butt effect, you need to be doing glute medius cable kickbacks on your glute days, leg days, all of that good juicy stuff. So today I'm going to be walking you through everything you need, how to do them, and some common mistakes to avoid so we can get to growing our upper glutes and getting BBL allegations ASAP. So first things first, you need a pair of ankle straps. I use the Junior Fish ones. They are so sturdy, such good quality, double pronged. They are currently 25% off on TikTok Shop. I will link them below. They are cheaper on TikTok Shop right now than they are anywhere else. Next, let's talk setup. So to do glute medius cable kickbacks, you are going to need a cable tower. So you want to put your cable on setting 3 or 4. It depends on the cable, but the goal is you want the carabiner clip to be at/right below knee high. So that way you're getting that full range of motion. And you're also going to want to stand on a 10-pound plate. Gives you a little bit of elevation, helps you get that full range of motion even more. Next, let's talk common mistakes. So the common denominator between like 95% of mistakes is that the weight is too heavy and you have a different muscle group like your quad or your lower back overcompensating for your glute medius. So to fix this, in almost every instance, lower the weight. Really focus on time under tension and engaging that glute medius. So if you're feeling it in your kicking quad, your standing quad, or your lower back, then lower the weight. If you're feeling it in your lower back, another reason could be because your core is not engaged. If your core is not engaged, then your lower back is going to take over. So what I like to do is I like to hold on, brace my core, and then kick, and that helps engage my glute medius, because if your core is not engaged again, you will not feel it in your glute medius. Now that we have gone over everything that we need, our setup, and gone over the common mistakes, let's get into the exercise. So I do 3 sets of these, and I do high reps and lightweight. I do 12 to 15 reps of these. So you want to clip your carabiner clip onto your ankle strap so it's your kicking leg outward, and then kick. Bonus points if you can really feel that muscle contraction with that glute medius and do time under tension. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to do a few reps. So if you're serious about your glute growth, start adding glute medius cable kickbacks into your glute days today. It will literally change the game for you.
Girl, listen, I'm gonna need you to lock right in because the other day I saw a guy at the gym with biceps and shoulders the size of my actual entire head. If he can do all that, you're telling me you can't grow a little bit of booty? A tiny bit? Just no, you don't want to? You don't want to try? We could be big booty baddies together. You're already my big booty baddie, but you can be my bigger booty baddie. I'm going to show you how because I love you. Okay, our first exercise is hip thrusts. We're gonna do these super slow, and at the top, we're gonna pause for a couple seconds before slowly coming back down. I want you to drop the weight a little bit when you do this. So if you're used to doing 3 plates and you just maybe do 2, maybe just do 2, okay? Because we're gonna go slow, it's gonna burn. Eventually, the burn starts to feel good, and you turn around and you have a big old booty. How did that happen? I don't know. Okay, so boom, would you look at that? We're doing hip thrusts. I actually have a love-hate relationship with hip thrusts. I hate them, but I once upon a time said that I wasn't gonna stop doing hip thrusts until my ass hit the wall. My ass is not at the wall yet, so. Feet are gonna be hip width apart. Dumbbells are gonna be attached to us the entire time. We're gonna push our hips back like we're closing a car door until we can't anymore. Usually that is right below the knee. Once we reach here, we're gonna bring our weight back up. Easy. Okay, cute. We're finally doing an exercise I actually love. We're gonna do our working leg on the bench, non-working leg. It doesn't exist, okay? Stand up onto the bench, kick our non-working leg back, bring our torso forward, and then we're gonna hinge into a seated position until our non-working leg taps the ground, and then we're gonna bring our weight back up. We are going to do 3 sets of 10. Make sure you actually switch legs because if you don't, you're gonna be a little lopsided. One booty cheek's gonna be bigger. Trust me, you don't want that. Okay, the last exercise we're doing are clamshells. You're gonna hate me because these will burn like hell, but when you walk past a mirror and your butt is still in the mirror after you've already walked past, you're going to love me, okay? We're gonna keep things simple. We're gonna put the weight on our hip and make sure that our heel is attached the entire time. We're going to slowly open and close. I'm already feeling the burn. We're gonna do 3 sets of 10, yeah? Don't forget to do the other side. Okay? See you later, big booty baddie.
Can we please stop leaning forward in the hip abduction machine? Here's the tea. When you lean forward, your TFL and hip flexors start taking over. In translation, your booty clocks out, even if it feels like it's working. So do me a favor, sit up at 90 degrees and try this variation instead. Give me a 10-second hold at the point of tension, followed by 12 pulses, also at the point of tension. Straight into 12 pulse abduction. And don't worry, I got you. Here's the tempo. It goes pulse, abduct, squeeze, pulse, abduct, squeeze, pulse, abduct, squeeze. Feel the burn and let your gains thank me later. Mwah.
If you grab a set of dumbbells and do 10 sumo squats into 10 RDLs, into 10 reverse lunges on each leg, followed by 10 lateral lunges on each leg, and finish with 10 bridges, you will just complete a perfect lower body circuit.